Hey everyone, and welcome back to Brick System Brothers. Nathan Masters here, and as you know, I'm a big fan when we get new elements from the LEGO group, and it looks like 2022 sets have a lot in store, even just the ones that have been revealed so far. I have found 10 new elements that we're getting next year, so I wanted to cover those today. And if you haven't seen some of these pictures, do take a look here on Brickset at the officially announced 2022 range to date. We've got several different themes that already have some pretty high resolution pictures. So I'm going to go through these in order of appearance, and this is ordered by Brickset with the released images so far. And we might see even more by the time this is published, but here on the evening of the 2nd of December, there were many sets that we just got images for today officially, and just browsing through those, I found some elements I wanted to cover. So the first one up is the minifigure chopsticks, new accessory that we get here from Mr. Tang. And yeah, pretty basic element. It's very similar to the Harry Potter wand, but it does fill a gap in the available utensils, and also helps round out some of the other cultures that haven't had anything to represent the compact chopstick style before. You could use the bar element or the Harry Potter wand, but now we do have the dedicated chopstick accessory. So number 2 is going to be a layered armor piece that I spotted in this Ninjago set. You can see it pretty clearly on the top right here. It's got a small 2x2 round studded section, and then it appears to have a bar connection up here and underside connection for studs on the top. And it looks like this set has a dark pearl gray and a red version of this element releasing here. The other thing in here that I'm not sure about, so I'm not going to put it in the countdown, are these large doors. I know that LEGO has done large doors before with a different connection style, and what I'm not sure is if this new bar and clip connection makes this a new element or if we've seen this one before. But honorable mention here, this is a really nice looking set, and I especially like the use of the roller coaster element for the bridge. Alright, moving right along to number 3. I'm going to skip a few sets here. I'm not a Technic expert, so I don't know if the Batmobile has new Technic parts. The third new element that I spotted is in this Ninjago mech, and you can see it pretty clearly right here. This orange kind of 2x6 with a bend in it. Not really sure what I want to call this yet. This set also has the previous element I mentioned, but kind of forms this arm elbow shape right here. I don't think this is a posable element. I think this is completely fixed in this slight bend. It looks like it's about 22.5 degrees. So 2 of these together would make kind of this 45 degree. As it continues around, you could form a complete circle if you had enough. So plenty to see in this Ninjago mech, but that does look to be a new element. Number 4, I have a hard time with this one because I haven't seen it in any other set images. It might be something I just missed that's been out already. But up here in the top of this Chinese New Year set is a rounded 1x2 plate with some kind of bar connection in it. I don't know if this goes up and continues and makes this some kind of link, like a 1x2 link piece, or if this top piece is our regular 1x2 with the holes, also known as the pill plate. So this is something I haven't seen before, but that doesn't mean it's strictly new. It might just be something that I've missed that's been around. So look around and keep an eye out for this little link, 1x2 link, or 1x2 with the bars on the top. Something I haven't seen before. And moving right along to number 5, kind of an obvious one in this set. First of all, we're getting our space theme continued next year, which I'm stoked about. But a very obvious new piece is our quarter shell with the bar connections here, used as kind of this dome over a small garage in the set. You get 4 of them to make a complete hemisphere, and it does form a very nice kind of continuous shell shape around here at the top. So not necessarily something that we have that is easily formed with current pieces. You could stack bricks and make it kind of a stepped shape, but this smooth curvature achieved by a new part here. And honorable mention in this set is the official NASA branding, which I'm not sure we've seen on these city space sets before. So that's worthy of note that we do have the official NASA stickers on these rockets. Okay, moving on down to number 6. The first time we see the 1x6 double door element. It is finally here. Something that I have kind of wished we had a dedicated part for. I wasn't sure if it was something we would want to see in a 1x8 form, but I think it's really well done here. They actually use an existing frame. This is a 1x6x6, I believe, frame. Might be a 1x6x5. And previously, this just had a plain glass insert completely fixed. And now we have these kind of 2 matching pieces for the doors. And these are actually 1x3 door size. So it's slightly compacted from the doors that we've had around for a while. Otherwise, it kind of has the matching dimensions. The door handle's probably in about the same place. And you just kind of put these in side by side. They connect in the corners and form a set of double doors. Very, very nice element. Happy to see coming out in 2022. All right, number 7 is in the architecture set for 2022. Over here on the right side, it looks like we have a 1x4 with rounded top. Previously, this could be achieved with the 1x1 version of this profile. And now, I think just for structural reasons in this set, it has been extended into a 4-long version of the part. I'm sure we'll be seeing this pop up all over the place in upcoming sets. The hospital doesn't have anything new from what I've mentioned, except for the doors here. We see the doors again. I guess I'll mention the squirrel. It looks like this is a new animal mold for City here. And I think this set also has a pretty good display of the neon yellow color that will be new next year. It's either that or it is lime. I am not 100% positive that this is the new yellowish color that we're getting, but I think we are getting a new color for that kind of neon yellow. I will pop this open. The Lunar research base. Once again, we see our quarter canopy with the bar connections here. Very nicely done lunar base with some different modules going around here. This one I'm not seeing the NASA branding, but we do have the prominent classic space somewhat reimagined with the blue planet this time. And the element I want to highlight here, number 8, is this tapered canopy piece. So the profile for this actually is very similar to something we saw in some old Star Wars sets. So the Millennium Falcon at one point used a canopy element like this, and it was also in the Life on Mars theme. So I do have a few of the older version of this shape, but I think this is a new element. I think there's new connection points on here, and definitely something I'll be keeping an eye out for. The honorable mention in this set is some kind of new octagonal dish, inverted dish shape here. It looks like we have the pearl gold. It's possibly the underside of this new geode part here. That's actually number 9, is this 4x4 geode rock style. So there's been a couple different versions of the 4x4 boulder. Some of them will split open horizontally, and some of them from the volcano line split open vertically. But this appears to be a new element with some small little crystals embedded in the rock surface here, much like we saw in 2019 with the launch of the kind of rebooted space theme for City, had the geodes in 1x1 form. So kind of continuing that geode theme. And number 10, final part for our list today, is all the way down in the Hogwarts Magical Trunk. The 2x4 chest is getting an updated flat lid element, as you can see here. It looks like it's going to have 2 top studs, and they will be offset by a half stud each, and kind of form a jumper on the top of the chest instead of the kind of arched top that we've had in the past. I'm not sure if this is a new base as well. It looks pretty similar to the current base, and I would presume that this does have backwards compatibility with the current base if this is a new part. But yeah, kind of this flat chest lid here first appearing in the Hogwarts Magical Trunk. There's a couple more sets here that do have images. Our fire station shows the double doors again, and this yellowish neon color. I think it's very clear here that this is a new separate color that doesn't really match up with anything we've seen before, because we can see our green and our lime over here, and this appears to be even more bright and vibrant than that color. So the neon yellow definitely in this 60320 fire station. And I think I skipped it, but I want to go back and mention the fire brigade actually has a solid version of the double door as well in teal here. So a little shipping container gets the 1x6x5 double door frame with the doors in teal. So a solid color as well as transparent colors for a brand new part getting launched across the range. So there's some of the new elements that I've spotted, 10 new elements that we should be able to get in our 2022 lineup across various themes here. I'm sure there's probably some more buried within that aren't as easy to see. A lot of the parts in these sets I've spotted are elements from this year, 2021. So some of the stuff we've been talking about in our tournament of elements that is in the voting stage at the moment, like this 3x3 drum, actually getting recolors in a lot of these sets. So already expanding the building palette with parts that released this year, just in the pictures that we have so far, as well as our brand new elements I wanted to talk about today. So thanks for watching, guys. I'll be keeping an eye out for these, probably on Bricks and Pieces, although I try not to place too many orders from that service, just because it's a little pricey, and I don't absolutely need everything right as soon as it's released. I've got plenty of pieces to work with here in the collection already, and yeah, we'll be keeping an eye out for this stuff at some point. So thanks for watching. We'll see you guys next time on Brick System Brothers.